A massive aviation safety alert is unfolding across the globe. More than 6,000 Airbus A320 family aircraft need urgent software fixes after investigators discovered that intense solar radiation can corrupt critical flight control data. This is one of the largest recalls in Airbus's 55-year history, affecting over half of the manufacturer's active fleet worldwide. So what exactly happened? On October 30th, 2025, JetBlue Flight 1230 was traveling from Mexico to New Jersey when the aircraft suddenly experienced an uncommanded pitch-down event. The plane's nose dropped unexpectedly, causing a rapid loss of altitude. At least 15 passengers were injured during the incident, and the flight made an emergency landing in Tampa, Florida. The autopilot remained engaged throughout, but the brief altitude loss was violent enough to throw unsecured passengers and objects around the cabin. Airbus investigated and made a startling discovery. In a statement released on November 28, 2025, the company said that the analysis of the incident revealed intense solar radiation may corrupt data critical to functioning of flight controls. The problem centers on the elevator aileron computer, or ELAC, which processes pilot inputs and controls the aircraft's pitch and roll. Specifically, the ELAC-P hardware fitted with software version L104 is vulnerable to solar flares. In the worst-case scenario, this could lead to uncommanded elevator movement that may exceed the aircraft's structural capability. Airbus issued an alert operator's transmission to airlines worldwide, and the European Union Aviation Safety Agency followed with an emergency airworthiness directives. The directive requires airlines to either roll back to an earlier software version or replace the affected hardware before the aircraft's next flight. For most planes, the software update takes approximately 2 hours per aircraft. However, roughly 1,000 older jets will require hardware modifications, leading to longer groundings.
Very concerning, very low likelihood of happening, but in aviation, nothing is taken for granted, and so this emergency airworthiness directive went out instructing airlines to, well, basically update the software in most cases, which they hope will fix the problem.
The global impact is significant. There are approximately 11,300 A320 family aircraft in operation worldwide, including A318, A319, A320, and A321 models. About 6,000 to 6,500 of these planes require the fix. Major operators include American Airlines, Delta Airlines, JetBlue, United Airlines, and carriers across Europe, Asia, and Latin America. In India, the disruption is substantial. Indian operators have around 560 A320 family aircraft, and reports indicate that over 200 of them require software changes or hardware adjustments. IndiGo, India's largest airline, said in a statement on November 29 that it is aware of the Airbus notice and is working closely with the manufacturer to ensure implementation. The airline added that it is making every effort to minimize disruptions while carrying out necessary inspections. IndiGo operates one of the world's largest A320 family fleets with well over 100 A320s and A320neos, plus a significant number of A321neos. Data reveals that IndiGo is consistently adding narrow-body Airbus jets, making it India's top A320 operator by total aircraft count and daily utilization. Air India also acknowledged the directive, warning passengers of longer turnaround times and possible delays. The airline stated that this will result in software or hardware realignment on part of its fleet, leading to longer turnaround time and delays to scheduled operations. Air India Express said it has initiated immediate precautionary action, noting that while a majority of its aircraft are not impacted, the guidance applies to operators worldwide and may result in adjustments to flight operations, including potential delays or cancellations. Following restructuring under the Tata Group, Air India Express absorbed parts of the former AIX Connect fleet and operates a mix of A320-200 and A320neo aircraft. These jets primarily serve domestic and regional international sectors, adding another notable share of A320 family aircraft to India's total operational pool. However, according to the latest DGCA release, 143 of the 200 IndiGo aircrafts were updated, 42 of the 113 Air India A320neo aircraft on which software upgrade was completed, and 4 out of the 25 aircrafts of Air India Express has been updated. Airbus has acknowledged the situation in its press release, stating that the company recognizes these recommendations will lead to operational disruptions to passengers and customers. The manufacturer apologized for the inconvenience and emphasized that it will work closely with operators while keeping safety as the number one and overriding priority. The company stressed that it worked proactively with aviation authorities to request immediate precautionary action to ensure that the fleet is safe to fly. While aircraft systems are typically shielded against various hazards, the discovery that natural solar activity can corrupt flight control data represents an unusual environmental threat. The A320 family was the first mainstream jetliner to introduce fly-by-wire computer controls when it launched in 1984, meaning pilot inputs are processed through computers rather than direct mechanical linkages. Passengers flying on A320 family aircraft should check their flight status before heading to the airport. Airlines are working around the clock to complete the updates, but delays and cancellations are expected to continue over the coming days as the global fleet undergoes this critical safety modification. For more news and updates, keep watching Live Mint.
In a world where business never stops, Mint keeps you ahead, any screen, anytime. From studios to the ground, Mint breaks down business, leadership, and lifestyle, boldly, visually, and smartly. From boardrooms to markets, from personal wealth to industry trends, we bring you the insights that matter.
Mint is doing brilliantly well. It's a well-read page, I would think.
What fuels India's biggest CEOs? Ride along and find out.
I have to work that much harder. I have to put that much more in.
Over the years.
Earlier I could say, no, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
But now I can.
Want to invest like the pros? Learn from India's top market experts.
Things like that worry me about markets.
I don't want to buy a house to invest.
Your money, your future. We make finance simple. Step inside breathtaking homes and the creative minds behind them.
So we are at the house in Camellias. I think Camellias is the most expensive property in the NCR and probably the most expensive in the country.
India's real estate scene decoded. No jargon, no fluff.
Home buyers will have more bargaining power.
It's a great time to buy a house as well.
Some chase success, others create it. Meet the ones who made the impossible possible.
I don't want to be a doctor, I don't want to be an engineer, I don't want to be an accountant. And that's the most fragile thing. Poof, it will go away.
वो ताली ऐसी थी ना, इतनी addictive थी, मैंने कहा बॉस अब तो यही होगा.
We don't just talk business, we show it, and the world's watching.